What's up, everybody? It's Chunky Spaghetti, and today we are going to talk about how to build these nice big windows that aren't showing up because I didn't put the sun in the right spot. Yeah, nice big windows like that made out of arches. One glitched upside down underneath, and the window itself is made out of those Skylight roofs that we got pretty recently from the Omega update, or one of the more recent updates. I don't think it was Worlds. Was it Worlds? Maybe it was Worlds Part 1. Maybe it was. But I found a way to glitch these Skylight roofs straight up. Straight up. And we're gonna go through the process of doing that. And as you can see, they look different with the different kinds of parts. My least favorite is with the timber, because the timber is really thin and there's too much of the glass sticks out in front of it, and then the timber behind it is kind of hazy, and that's not what you want. So it's a little tricky to do this because of the way that you have these. And because of this, these have a tendency to stick out too far, or they also can go behind your arch too far, and then it's too far behind. So when you're on the other side, there's too much glass behind it. So it's really hard to get a happy medium. I really like the way that they look with pretty much all the other parts, though, especially the old legacy concrete and the old legacy steel parts. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a floor panel, and I'm going to create a wire by using a garage door, reverse wire glitching a floor panel, connecting it to the garage door, putting a floor here, using a small wall, and then just reverse wire glitching from the edge, and then creating our wire that we're going to need later. And trust me, you are going to need that wire later. So let's get rid of that garage door. And so now we know that we have got a wire right there. You are definitely going to need that later on. So now we're going to flip this. We're going to flip this over by using a raised small paving. And we're going to grab a cube, and I'm going to create some spare parts just in case the universal adjacency glitch goes wrong and I don't get kicked out of the build menu. And we're just going to go ahead and clone that cube. We are going to save it to the grid, save it to the cache. We're going to green state the raised small paving, and then we go ahead and glitch the cube right onto the edge of the floor like that. We're going to grab the pyramid. We're going to put the pyramid underneath like that. We're going to clone this small paver, save that to the cache, and we are going to green state that pyramid, and there we go. We have an upside down small paver. Okay, beautiful. Now we can delete that floor. And so first up, we're going to put an upside down floor. That floor is upside down. We're going to put a wall underneath of it. And you know that a timber wall is upside down when you've got that light strip on the bottom. When these are right side up, the light strip will be on the top. You'll also see these little rectangles here, and that means that you've got an upside down floor panel. So what we're going to do now is we're going to delete this floor. And I'm also going to build out from here a little insurance policy so I can build back from there when I do a thing later. But right now we're going to grab a straight corridor, snap it to that upside down. You know that a corridor is upside down when you have these wires up top. They're supposed to be on the bottom, and that's the way that you know that it's upside down. So we know that we're still working upside down, and that's a good thing. That's what we want. So you snap a wall there, you snap a wall there, and then you grab a thin timber wall. I learned this from Beeblebum, from one of Beeblebum's most recent videos. This is a great trick to, and I'm just going to go ahead and delete that corridor, that wall, and that wall, and I'm going to leave this one here. This is a great trick to be able to get a wall right behind right behind another wall. Great trick. And we're going to need that because we're going to glitch the window basically to this. And you want that window to be behind the wall, or too much glass will stick through. Okay, so moving right along, we don't really need that anymore, and we can just go ahead and now we can glitch a floor panel right onto that wire that we set up for ourselves before. We could put a timber wall up on the top. We can then put a garage door on top of that, and here's the sneaky thing that we do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a small timber wall and we're going to snap it to that wall that we just put behind the wall. Okay, and you know that it's upside down when you see those two little feet on top. They're supposed to be on the bottom, so we know that we're still working upside down, which is good. That's what we want, because we're going to use a reverse wire glitch to create a wire connector that starts right there, and we're going to go up to this garage door and we're going to connect to the one that's furthest away. So this one, not this one, this one. Okay, there you go. We're almost there. And now we're going to take a floor panel and we are going to wire glitch it onto that angled wire that we just created. Oops, it didn't work. Let me try it again. Okay, and boom, there we go. Then we're going to take a small floor panel, we're going to set it in the corner over here, and then we're just going to grab this and we're going to bring it down like that. We're going to delete this wall and this wall because we don't need them anymore, and we should be able to just go into here and grab our stone skylight roof, and it should snap right out of there, and there, it's perfectly straight. Okay, and so now we can go ahead and we can grab, oh, I like the legacy parts. I like the concrete arcs. I think they look really, really nice. I'm going to color it first. I'm going to make it black. I really like the way that these look when they're black. And the snap grid is a little wonky right now, but we're going to go ahead and we are going to wire glitch a stone arc onto that wire that we created. And before I do that, I'm going to show you why. Because we, used the small paver to kind of flip that part upside down in order to get these guys upside down, we created a point that it just wants to snap upside down. You can't, no matter what you do, even if I built like right side up parts on the side, it still would go upside down, just because that's just what the snap grid thinks now. Any part that goes there is just going to go upside down. And so that's why we created that wire that we can glitch onto. Hold on a second, let me make sure okay, all right, and then we go into the wire mode. That's why I created that wire, so you can just wire glitch it right side up. That's why that starter wire is so important. And you're done. Okay, so we can just go ahead and get rid of this garage door and that garage door. I'll just go ahead and leave that floor panel there for now. And I kind of prefer to just kind of build out from the windows. So you can build out from the sides. Okay, just fine. We'll grab these guys and they should just snap right in place. Every once in a while you gotta jiggle it around to get the thing. There we go. Oh yeah, and there's another issue. I almost forgot to show you. You gotta make sure that wall that you set up behind the wall in order to get this in place is gone. Okay, because if you don't make sure that other wall behind the wall is gone, then you'll accidentally snap these arches too far back, and then you'll end up with the same problem with the glass sticking through. Okay, so there we have it. And what I like to do is I like to just go ahead and drop that main floor down by just a couple of wall lengths and have it a little bit more like that, right? And I like, well, back to the legacy parts again. I like to have the concrete. I like the concrete parts. They look good. And again, I like it to be black. There we go. We just create that. Boom. And there we go. Boom. Boom. And have one out there. And one out there. Okay. And that, my friends, okay, is how... Is it? Is that over? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's over here. That is how you create windows. And just like I showed you in the beginning, you can use the different parts. It doesn't look so good with the timber because the timber's too thin and the window sticks out too much. But as you can see, it's pretty damn straight. Pretty damn straight. I think it's pretty right on. Okay, it is kind of a struggle to get it on there, but the good news is that you only have to do the flippy and all the stuff in the scaffolding and doing all that with the corridors and all. You only have to do that once, and then you can build out for this from the sides as many times as you want. However, I got bad news for you, for anybody who's thinking about building skyscrapers with these. The bad news is that you can't build up by simply snapping up, because you end up with this thing that happens. See what's happening? They like flam out, okay, which is stupid. That's not the way that it should be, but unfortunately that's the way it is, which means that if you want to build a second floor like I did over there, you're going to have to do on the second floor, you're going to have to do all this over again. So you're going to have to, okay, you're going to have to do it all over again. You're going to have to go up to the second floor. You're going to have to do it all over again, okay, with the garage door, okay, create your wire, do all that stuff, okay, and you're probably going to have to, you know, like build these out and, you know, create scaffolding on the outside of this by, you know, moving parts outside and, you know, getting that so you can, you know, delete this stuff and so they have room to work here to build out from there. It, you know, it is a pain in the ass to do several floors because you have to do that on every single floor. Okay, now I wasn't trying to build a skyscraper for this build. I just, I actually only wanted this to be 2 stories high. So, but for anybody who wants to make a skyscraper like this, oh, bro, you have your work cut out for you because you're going to have to do that on every single floor. But it is a way to get these windows straight up, and, you know, I think they look pretty nice. Like this. You could even go a little bit down. Go one more down. You could even go one more down. Just get rid of that. Boom. Okay. You can go one more down. And that looks good too. It depends on the part. It depends on the archway, and what's going on at the top of the archway is what's going to happen at the bottom. I actually kind of like this. That looks pretty good too. It's especially tall. That's almost 2 wall length. Or yeah, it's almost 2 wall lengths. But yeah, that's how you do it, guys. I hope you got something out of this. Bye.